Steplader final then, live. We've got the 3 camera setup, and if you look just right at the shot, you might be able to tell what one of the cameras are. But if you want to see, that is the shot that we were dealing with. You can see me in the background. Hello. Paul, Paul just wants to get in the way. We'll get the stream up, we'll share it up. It's just interesting to see what bowlers do from the lane point of view. You'll be able to see him here. Leon Devlin, the man that found form in the final few games. And then Paul, who come effectively from nowhere to manage to finish second. Absolutely smashed it. Just having a few shots warm up before they get into it then. If you want to see the scores, how it finished, so the players do the handshakes before they get into it. If you want to see the scores then from before, I'm just about to share them on the page, but sportsbowling.uk is where it's at. So then, second place versus third place, Leon Devlin versus Paul Moore. The experience is absolutely mental in the top 3 here. Winner of this will play Hadley Morgan. Lee, how they doing it? Are they doing, so like Paul's going up first, is he bowling and then Leon will bowl and then bowl on the 10th before Paul bowls his neck, like proper match play style?
They will just decide between themselves.
Right, so I'm imagining not.
Imagine the match play there he is, Paul Moore, European champion 18 times, starts off with up 300, PBA titleist, world bowler of the month. Leon Devlin, spinner from Norway.
No. I'm loving this camera angle. I'm so thankful that they've allowed us to put an iPad halfway up the lane. Oh, he misses it. Opens up with his first frame. And Leon definitely got his hand in after that last game, against Brandon, that saw him get into the top 3. See what Leon does then before he bowls it. Oh, leaves that single 2-pin. 3-pin even.
It's back to front.
Oh. It's one of them, innit? It's a long day. Up since 5 AM. That's what I'm blaming everything on, for anybody's names that I've got wrong. For anybody that's watching. Because I know I have got a few people's names wrong. Paul Moore then. Leaves the 7-pin again. He missed this a second ago.
It was a more solid shot. It's coming into his own now. He's not going to make too many
funky style on the foul line there from Leon. You know, it's something you see from the seniors more than what you see from the adults.
Jack Smith follow through.
Oh, we were saying before, yeah.
If you're listening, you do a great job with the res there. Really do. Second best tour.
You were saying before, I mean, we had Paul on the chat, as you see, Paul Moore pick up the spare, but we had Paul Loberman on the chat before, and he was saying about the seniors, and he was trying to say so they can tell that they've still got energy left. I went, saw the dodgy knees because they've got to run out the shot, so we can't stay down on the shot.
Too many years of sliding on the knees.
Yeah, that's
in the 80s.
Yeah.
On Leeds on a Friday night.
Oh.
I'm surprised Lobbers is online. Surely he's something better to do.
He loves it, Lobbers. He's watched every one, I think. Oh. Nah, that went straight over.
We've seen worse today. He was working on 50% base.
Left to see what Paul Moore then can do. In response from Leon, effectively leaving the door open a little bit. Again, the 7-pin. Reply then. We'll go to the camera that is behind his lane. Picks it up. Picks up the spare. Go back to this camera angle then. Watch how Paul lines up. Watch how flat his hand is when he bowls this. Nice flat hand, picks up the 7-pin nicely, and that's what you want to see from bowlers when they go for this. When they go for them single pins, the flat hand, keeping the ball straight. We'll stick with the camera behind then. Leon gets back into that pocket, gets the strike, does Leon. Now can Paul manage to get this 7-pin to knock over? We wait to see. Paul, the 7-pin falls over for you this time. Shaking the head, he wasn't really happy with that one, but strike's a strike. It levels up the game a little bit more in this one. Don't you just love it when there's only effectively 2 lanes in action, you know, and how quiet it goes. You see them. Leon gets the strike again, and pins go flying as soon as he hits them. Pocket. Let's go over to this iPad camera then. Watch. Paul Moore from head on. See what he can do as a response. Ooh. It just shows you the class there, how he can pull up when he doesn't feel it, when he gets that little bit of a distraction, especially when the centre's so quiet.
From his own daughter as well.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's a strike, especially with that little distraction as well. That is big. Let's see then what Leon can do.
That's not the free of the
Strike, 9 spare, 5 spare, double for his first 5. Leon then gets the strike, forgot to transition. But he struck anyway. Leon there, just off camera, says you might just get Paul's kid to shout at him. There's a little bit of a distraction from behind. Paul responds nicely, keeping the pressure on. Who's going to crack first? Could that 9 miss in the first frame for Paul? Coming costly. 9 missed, 9 spare, 9 spare, and then turkey for Paul. Strike, 9 spare, 5 spare, turkey for Leon. Leon then. Ooh. Leaves a nasty split. 2, 4, 10. Now what can Paul do in response then? Strike then from Paul. He's responded how he should do, putting the pressure on Leon to spare this. Only picks up the 2. This is an open in the 7th frame then for Leon. Sat on 140 at the moment. Paul then, 9 spare, 9 missed, 9 spare, 9 spare, 4 bagger. What's his potential what's the potential that Paul could have here? .258 potential then for Paul, and he's still on for it with that strike. He's got his hand in here. Oh. Huh? Leon then through the head pin. Another 7 split. And just look at the reaction on his face here when it comes a bit more in focus. Only takes out the 1. No, it's definitely advantage Paul. If he gets a strike here, you're pretty much saying game, set and match. After the 2 opens from Leon. Ooh, nearly a big 7-10 then from Leon. And leaves a 7-pin though. Leon then, lane 9. Game over there. We're only getting the 9 then. It will be Paul that will advance. And he will be playing that man that's left of shot. Hadley Morgan that's just having a bit of a warm up on lane 7. See then Paul pick up that 7-pin. Still on for a nice game. Now, with it being game, set and match, will he try anything different? Potentially see if he's got anything different going into the final game. 158 plays 197 at this moment in time. Leon Devlin then through the head pin, gets the 7. Paul looks like he's got a shot dialed in there, to be fair, with that ball. Leon picks up the spare potential of a 182 if he strikes on his next shot. Paul Moore has a potential of a 237 if he gets 2 strikes. That's why Paul has won this one. Leon does finish with a strike, finishes with a 175. Paul Moore makes it 2 in the 10th. 1 shot left.
Lefty's going to win.
All the right-handers
Just
going
as
to be
you said,
hating.
a lefty's going to win because it's going to be an all-lefty final. 2:35 to finish there then from Paul.
Congratulations to Paul Moore.
So it'll now be Paul Moore versus Hadley Morgan then to battle it out to be crowned ESBT champion. Lanes 9 and 10 here at Stroud Bowl. Might as well wave to the camera again. Just coming board. One of them moments with me being in the back of the camera here, Jamie, mate.
Hey?
One of them moments at the back of the camera here. Almost made it.
I can't frame as 2 shots because it's hardly ever I take one.
She's like, she hung up on me. Oh my god.
Hadley then will get 2 shots on each lane practice on frame effectively. We'll see if we can grab Leon for an interview before this game gets underway. The man that's just finished in 3rd spot. Just interrupt. Quick interview, mate. He's just moving all his stuff off the lane then. He's Leon and then we'll grab him for a quick interview.
Wrong lane 9. Oh, no, it's alright, it's just lazy.
Is James gone?
And then Hadley on lane 10 here. He's got his 2 shots practice on each lane.
That's it. What's he looking like?
We might as well stick with this camera angle while he's on practice. He had a strike there, so he's obviously got some.
He won't like that camera angle, make his bum look big. look at it, it's huge. He's got what you call a bunda. In the south, they call it a bunda.
A bunda.
Got some big batty bunda. But Hadley's also got a very big left arm. It's really like weirdly muscly. So he must be doing
Have you
something.
been feeling his left arm up?
Yeah, well, we had a good arm feel earlier on. And Curtis told me not to blow smoke up Hadley's left arm scenario.
Well, there's his 2 shots on lane 10. Look, seems to be dialed in effectively there. Oh! Camera batteries are running out. Just what you need. So do you know what? While they're in practice, stick with this iPad camera. Yeah, quick. Hadley's had his 2 shots then on each lane. So we are a matter of moments away then before this final of the ESBT Masters will get underway. I think Leon's trying to avoid this interview. Yep, he's gone the other way to avoid it. We'll let him go. It's all right.
Very good luck. Very best of bowling. May the best right-hander win.
I think it will be Hadley to start then. We've had the comment of "go on lefty" from Paul. I wonder which lefty he's on about.
My money's on the lefty.
Yeah, my money's on the lefty as well. Now I might be a bit jumping the gun, but if we're going to put my money on anybody, it's going to be Hadley with the way that he's bowled today. But you never know with the way Paul just bowled then. If he bowls like that again, it's going to be a tough task for Hadley. So it will be Hadley to start then. As you can see there. Oh, he would stand right in shot.
In the right area.
But he got a strike anyway. Let's see what Paul Moore does then in response. Oh, it looked narrow when he bowled that one, and it was. Straight through the 3 pin. Leaves the 1-2-8. If you are watching, this is the final. Let us know who your money on. Who you cheering on here. Is it Paul? Is it Hadley? Let us know in the comments. Who you wanting to win this one? Paul stepping up. I mean, he did start the last game with an open and still ended up coming away with the win. Bears it up nicely though this time. Does Paul. Good as a 9 spare in the first frame, no matter what it is really, innit? Hadley then to bowl on lane 10. Another game where we're not doing proper match play scenario, but it doesn't really matter. We'll go with what the bowlers want to do. bowls. Looks dialed in. He's got a strike again, as Hadley, and he's been dialed in pretty much all day. And as you can see, it's carried on into the final then. Switch over to the camera then behind lane 9 and watch what Paul can do. Can he respond? Looks better than his last shot. He is better than his last shot, but leaves the 10 pin. I've only just seen Selwyn's comment at a nice camera angle. You know, PBA style. PBA Stroud right here. And he pick up that single pin then. Picks it up nicely with the aura feint, does Paul. We'll stick with this camera angle then as Hadley steps up, picks his ball up. Double on the cards for Hadley so far. Oh, gets a nice members bounce because that 5 pin was nearly standing there. Pins go flying though, puts the ball in the right spot, and that's what you're going to get. As Hadley makes it a turkey on the cards.
Special diet that he's on, pineapple juice.
That's got a story behind it.
No, you have to ask Radley about that one.
Right then, Paul Moore then. Looks pretty nice. It is nice. Gets the strike this time, does Paul. Seven spare, 9 spare strike for Paul to start. Hadley still on for the perfect game. He's a bit soon to be saying that, I suppose, isn't it? But you never know. He's still on for it. That is the maximum that he's on for.
You won't be thinking about that one. Think the shot at the time. Repeat the shot. That's all they'll be thinking about.
Oh, pulls up well.
I'll start. Only get 2 of them, you're out.
You got a bit of a twinge in his shoulder there, hasn't
Well, I mean, he has been fooling me pretty much all day with how he's been holding his shoulder to make it better. I keep thinking somebody's been having a 5 pin. Well, he's been holding his arm up.
Well, now if he steps up, strikes, puts the pressure on.
It does indeed. And Paul does get that strike. So, pressure on here for Hadley. Well, this is where the match play would have been a different scenario because Paul would have had to have bowled the second shot before Hadley, but Hadley bowls here now. Oh, 5 pin does miss it. It does fall again. That's 4 on the bounce for him. That's twice now where the 5 pins fell late. Fell late on lane 9. It fell late on lane 10 as well. But Paul Moore now's the one that's stepping up first for his shots. He's the one that's getting on the lane before Hadley now. He's trying to put that pressure on Hadley. And it's good strike again from Paul. This is going to go all the way down to the wire by the looks of it. It's going to be some match this.
On this really tough man.
It has been tough though for the majority of bowlers. You know, you've been saying that speed bump. That's, you know, and a lot of people struggled. And in the end, the left-handers have come out on top. Hadley then, bowling on lane 9. Oh, high on that one. Maybe that was a bit of an overcorrection with the 5 pins that he's been leaving. Means that he gets a 9 in the 5th. He leaves that 6 pin. Now can he spare it up? Spares it up nicely, it does Hadley in the end there. It's still clean, but it makes it a bit more of an even game now. With that 9 spare, but in the 5th frame as well. Definitely leaves it a bit more open. See then what Paul Moore does then before his shot here. You can see it in shot here with this iPad camera that they so kindly allowed to put halfway down lanes 11 and 12 to provide us with this angle. Ball gets the strike again, and with that stoppage that Hadley had, put the pressure on him. And even that might be the turning point, because Paul was allowed to step on the lane first and get that first shot in on them frames. And I mean, he's gone and had the 4-bagger now as Paul, and could that have been a turning point? Hadley stands really far back on the lane, does Hadley. His shoes overhanging from the lane into the bowler's area. Bowls then. He picks up the strike, does Hadley.
About the bowlers though, it's a final. Just look how relaxed both of them players are. All them youngsters out there that can be watching this, just take note of how to just stay calm, just stay in the situation, just play the shot, just keep playing the shots, and you know, you never know what happens. Don't get tense, keep the arm loose, and away you go.
I mean, from an entertainment point of view though, we're wanting people to start running shots out. Because it happens again.
Paul getting a bit of encouragement then from his daughter.
Well, I don't know if she's pulling the sun cover over her eyes. Maybe she's No. I think it translates to "come on, Daddy." Paul then ends up gets the strike anyway after him stopping halfway through his approach.
Shot, Daddy.
Oh my God, that's not what you want to hear. Wouldn't surprise me if someone ends up clipping that up now, Dad, with you saying that. Leaves the 10 pin, does Hadley there though. He's in the right area. It's twice now on lane 9. Heavy, a little bit heavy. The shot before on lane 9 and light this time. Just can't find that little bit of luck, I suppose. And Paul's now dialed in. Definitely now goals advantage Paul anyway. If it wasn't already, I suppose, after that 9 spare in the 5th frame, it definitely is advantage Paul. Picks up the 10 pin well then, does Hadley here then. All wrist.
He's very good with his hand position.
Well, majority of bowlers at a certain age are good with all the hand positions, I suppose. This man at the side of me, that was all that was drilled into me when I was a youngster.
He's
you know, hand positions.
particularly good at using hand position rather than change of position on the lane. Makes a lot of use of his hand position.
Paul Moore here on a potential 290 game. Adelaide on a potential
290?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we're
sorry,
doing them off
no,
again.
sorry, I've misread that. I thought he got a 9. I've misread that. Adley's on a possible 258. Paul's on a possible.
Look easy.
Interesting with what Paul Loberman's just put in the comments.
278.
That co-commentator guy knows what he's talking about. Clearly not if he thinks that Paul can still get a 290. He had a 7 spare, 9 spare, and he's gone strikes after that.
Yeah, eyesight's not the best.
Any excuse, mate, any excuse.
From my distance, it looks like spare and then strikes.
Hadley then on lane 10. Doesn't seem to like that one. Over into into his Brooklyn pocket.
That's the first time he's crossed over the pocket today.
As the pressure got to him. You know, you might have been saying about how calm. I mean, he might not be showing it on the outside. Paul, yes, I spoke too soon. Yes, you did, Paul. Yes, you did. Hadley picks up his spare well then. As you were saying, you just seen it there. Because I didn't change the camera angle again. But from what was being said to us, you know, about Hadley and his hand positions, you could see it there on his shot, how nice he was to keep his hand behind the ball. Just using the one ball does Hadley. And you can see how well he does to pick up his spares, keeping that hand flat. Paul then still on for that 279. There's the strike. Still on for it. It's definitely game over. Game set and match to Paul, but see what Hadley can do here.
Nothing in it.
I played one of these at a senior event at Poole or somewhere and played the game, lost. So I said, no, we're playing 2. Won that one and won. Great. That was my first senior event win.
Unfortunately,
I thought I'd lost.
Unfortunately, it's only one game here.
Yeah.
That was in 1946 though. Manhattan Rubber came out to play. Hit Cork.
Oh.
That's when Bellevue was new.
Hadley then going for this single pin spare. Picks it up nice.
Almost looks like it backs up.
He's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
It almost looks like he's backed it up. He brought it around so far that it's almost backing up. Sometimes you think it's going to. He's like so straight.
Right then, we'll see what Paul can do then. Can he carry on?
Yes.
It's a strike again, does Paul. Smashing it here at the moment is Paul. Blowing it out the water, and this is when we were saying before about when people go into match play scenarios. It just shows, comes alive, shows his experience. And I mean Hadley's not short of it either. Leaves the temp in there, does Hadley. see what Paul and can he carry it on. Oh, leaves the 7 pin. So it's going to finish potential 268. If he spares it, 267 at the moment. Hadley then going for the 10 pin, picks it up. Paul finishes well, finishes with that 269. A cracking game from Paul. And then we'll see what Hadley does then. Last shot. Finishes with a strike. And I mean, 225 game against many of other people. Would have ended up winning it. But unfortunately, Paul just had it absolutely dialed in that game. So, your winner then in the ESBT Masters here in 2022. Well, I suppose it's 2020 through to 2022. Seeing as though it's taken so long through to COVID. Is Paul Moreland, and he's just showing his class. It never really bothered him that match. No, 268 there from Paul. But anyway, until we'll leave him to it. Until next time, then I'm riding the ditch. I don't even know what the next tournament's going to be because this is pretty much end of the road. You know, I mean. We are bowling in the generation doubles. That's why it's not going to be live streamed, but we might see what we can work out. But anyway, until then, it is a goodbye and probably